It is Judgment Week. Our biggest games of the season are all coming up thick and fast. Can we get through it unscathed? Let's go find out. Hello and welcome to Gone on Holiday, the playthrough, where we are playing as Harchester United of the Dream Team series. We are today playing away at Anfield against Liverpool, and that is followed by a home tie at Arsenal. That is the Boxing Day fixture. So we're deep into Christmas, almost halfway through the season. We do currently sit in second place. However, Man City do have a game in hand. So our form has been good. And let's just jump into the fixtures. Our form has been very good, actually. The Newcastle game, we took a while to get the breakthrough, but we looked completely dominating the whole way through. And pretty much the same with the Everton game as well. There was a 10-minute spell where they looked like they might get back into it, but we dispatched both of those teams with pretty much consummate ease. The West Ham manager David Moyes was sacked, and we can't help but feel slightly responsible for that after drubbing them 7-2 at their own place. So team news for today. Carl Fletcher is not fit enough to start. He's arguably not fit enough to go on the bench, but we've put him there anyway. Sabatia keeps his place at fullback, as does Pegsy, simply because Baptiste is still not fit. So it's telling me he's in good condition, so let's just go with it. Stone comes back after his ban, and Sullivan keeps his place, which I'm hoping doesn't come back to bite me. Mackay's been quality this season, but Sullivan, he just keeps getting those goals, and yeah, let's go with it. And Mackay's a good first substitute. Rodriguez comes back in for Lopez, who of course got the breakthrough in the last game actually, so he can feel aggrieved for not keeping his place. Everything else is as it was. Probably the first game I'm really nervous for in a long time, since those early Manchester United and Chelsea games. Let's just make sure everyone's as G'd up as possible. Let's go straight down the middle with our replies as we usually do. And yeah, away at Anfield, our away form it's not the best, but also it's not the worst. And I think Gomez is playing at right back. The list of instructions from a good clean tackle there from Stone. That's not normally how that goes down. The list of opposition instructions from my assistant manager before this game is probably the longest I've ever seen, so they must really rate Liverpool on this game. Of course, the stats are from their winning season, so they're probably going to be nice and high. But yeah, like I've been saying all season, we've got some quality players, especially our starting 11. We are hampered a little bit, and I'm not sure if Alisson saved that or Davenport's hit the crossbar, but a good effort. And Stone, another clean tackle there. He's having a bit of a blinder so far. But yeah, team's a little bit hampered from niggling injuries, fitness, and Pegsy's booked in the 15th minute. Not great when you're facing the likes of Mane and Salah, really, to have your fullback booked. But yeah, I didn't mention Van Dijk had a header cleared off the line at that back post a short while ago. They're looking like I'm getting flashbacks to the United game, to the Chelsea game, where they've got the ability to pick us apart. Essentially, we're holding our own 20 minutes in and away from home as well. So hopefully that can continue as Rose breaks into their final third, but can't come up with the goods. Fletcher must be on the bench watching on. I'd like to think he's gutted he can't play. Again, we do struggle to find a shadow striker to fill in for Fletcher, either when he comes off or when he's unavailable. I do think we've got the near post. I do think we've got Casper Rose training as shadow striker, and I think once he hits that, we'll notice an improvement. But until then, he's definitely got work to do. Poor pass from Moody actually gives the ball away. That's very unlike him. Conlon on a booking dispossesses Mane, but Liverpool, I think we're struggling to keep the ball, and we do things like that, which isn't of much help to us. And for some reason, our centre halves are just nowhere near. So much like the start of the season, I think we've kind of found our level. It is 4th place. We can hurt the weaker teams. Jesus, this is a pounding. We can hurt the weaker teams, but for some reason we just can't. We can't do it against the bigger teams. 42nd minute. I'll let them get through, providing we don't concede again. Jeez, we just tend to switch off quite a lot, I think. And I'm hoping they don't pile on the misery here. Yeah, you could see it coming a mile off. No, our back 5 don't want the ball. And 4 goals in the first half is embarrassing, if I'm totally honest. And I don't know why I had to go and say that before half time. So yeah, 4 goals in the first half is embarrassing. And I'm normally pretty soft on these guys, but that's a joke. With their XG of 1.2. The water bottle's thrown. I don't really like to demotivate the team, but let's try and fire them up with a shout. What I will do is take off Danny Sullivan, put Mackay on. If I'm totally honest, there's not really much else we can do. Again, 3 of our back 4 are booked. Casper Rose. Shall we give Carl Fletcher a run out? He's just done nothing. Usually I just let this one lie, but we're good enough to score 4 goals and a half. It's not going to happen, of course, but Bertrand's playing. Wow. We are good enough to do it. They're doing what we do to the weaker teams and going 4-0 up, then dropping players. Oh dear. Fletcher through to Davenport, and again Davenport's he's just a little bit off the pace. Clean through again for the 2nd time this game. Firmino wins a lot of headers on this game, I've noticed. I saw him win a header against Conlon earlier on, who is a beast of a man. Yeah, a bit overpowered maybe. Probably. It's Liverpool. Same as United. And Stone finally able to get rid of it into some decent space for Rodriguez to pick up. And a long way round, Carl Fletcher pops up. And can we do it? Can we do it? Everyone seems to be a bit happier now. Pegsy dispossesses. He stopped there. I thought it was given. Dispossesses Mane. Releases Naismith to Davenport. Takes it past Matip. Pegsy. That's some good football. That's some really good football. I don't think it was offside. Oh, really? It didn't look offside. Wow. Fletcher was offside. Interesting, because it wasn't him who scored. I mean, it's a computer game, so I'm assuming it's correct. But yeah, they go and put the game to bed now. It's food for thought for me as manager. Maybe we can't go out and play 4-2-3-1 attacking away from home against these big teams, but we've been playing exceptionally well. It's just the big games we don't fancy doing it. 3 1-on-1s Davenport's missed. It's not good enough, and we're not going to get away with it. Davenport is on... He's on some good energy, but I feel like I want to take him off, but I don't want Naismith to pick up anything, so Lopez it is who comes on, and Rodriguez goes over to the left. Yeah, disappointing if you look at the XG. I know that's not really the be all and end all, but it does tell a story. It does say we've been unlucky, but also at the same time we've been sloppy. I mean, we've got Pegsy playing at left back. He's not a great player, but also it doesn't look like he's had a particularly bad game per se. It's really been our centre halves who just out of position again, not covering. But I bet they've got better ratings than Pegsy, that's for sure. And again, do we look at the goalkeeper? It's things for me to consider during the midweek break. Of course, we are at home to Arsenal in the next game. Give the boys a week off. They probably need it after this running around chasing shadows, basically. And Bertrand's got the freedom of Anfield out there. We're not at the races. Firmino's winning headers left, right, and centre. Like I said, the management opposition options were huge. They don't seem to have done much. We're not pleased. Everyone's motivated by that for some reason. Strange bunch of lads. A humiliating defeat. How about we just don't answer those, because a bit rude. But yeah, City have got 2 games in hand over us now, and Liverpool actually climb above us. So once again, our goal difference takes an absolute pounding. I'll attend the press conference in my own time. I'll try and keep it as positive as possible going into the Arsenal game next. Okay, so after that rather humbling experience at Anfield, we are back with the home tie against the Arsenal. Few changes. We've given Pegsy a bit of a rest, and we've brought Tyson in because Baptiste is still not 100% fit. I imagine he'll feature against Spurs, which is in 2 days. Mackay's come in for Sullivan. I don't think it worked in the last game. And Davenport has picked up a bit of a niggle, so I think he's going to miss both this game and the Spurs game, which just bad timing really. He might make the bench in the next game. We'll see. Fletcher's fit enough to come back in, so that means Rose goes and plays up front. So that's it for team news. In terms of any news that went on during the week, the players paid for the fans' tickets due to them being utter garbage in the last game, which I thought was pretty nice. And we had Diop and Alex Omer both say they wanted to leave the club due to lack of games, but Fletcher sorted both of them out. So 3 from 3 in that respect for Fletcher being our captain and being able to just talk players around, which again doesn't usually happen too often in my experience anyway. You guys might be different. So early chance, but straight down to the throat of Leno. Rodriguez cuts in from the right and blasts well wide. So 36 seconds in and 2 shots already. I'm hoping we get a little bit closer next time. A corner for Harchester. We can't pull off the centre forward winning headers like Firmino, who I had a bit of pop at him in the presser afterwards. It was generally light-hearted, but when they said Firmino had a world-class day, I was just... Nah, we made him look better than he is. We've gone 1-0 up though. Always good to see. That puts us in 2nd place, but again, Man City... Wow, that was close. Man City do have 2 games in hand, actually. And yeah, it was Rodriguez getting on the score sheet. Another assist for Ryan Naismith. Again, we're looking good. It's a home tie, so we tend to look a lot more comfortable at home, if I'm totally honest. But we do have a game in 2 days' time, the lovely holiday period in England. And 2 hard ties as well. The Spurs game will be on the next episode as Ryan Naismith doubles our lead, and that is exactly what we needed after the horror show of last week. And again, restricting Arsenal to just the 1 shot on target, and I think that was the Saka free kick. And we have made it through unscathed, which is good. It's usually the second half, apart from the last game, of course, where we conceded 4. It's usually the second half that causes us issues anyway. So, providing the score stays the same or we increase our lead, I'll be looking at potential resting opportunities, especially given that Davenport's now injured and very unlikely to be able to play. And Rose was onside. That looked more offside than the one in the last game. And Arsenal make the double substitution. They probably need it, to be fair. They've not really been at the races. I don't think Arsenal perhaps fall into that category of teams that are better than us, essentially. And that's why we are 4-0 up, 50 minutes in, and this is a good chance for us to get a bit of a rest. Naismith looks like the first player I'm going to be taking off. Fletcher we also need to protect as well. Who can we bring on for Fletcher? If we bring on Moliano, and we can pop him out there. Miguel Lopez can't play as second striker apparently, but no, Rodriguez can't either. So I've messed that all up. He can play that, that's fine. And who else have we got? Both our centre-backs have been booked again, and I do think that means Conlon suspended for the Spurs game. Maybe Moody or Mackay. I think give it a little bit more time. Hopefully we can get a little bit of a rest and play some keep ball. Or we can try and go ahead and score some more, I guess. We do have a goal difference to sort out after the last game. It's just imperative now we don't throw it away as we concede. I did think about dropping Parker in goal, actually. I don't... When you're conceding 6 goals, I think he's been on the end of the 6 goals, a couple of late goals in a couple of games. They've not particularly been world-class strikes that have beat him either. Don't get me wrong, his defence haven't helped him out, but again, it's just an area that doesn't fill me with confidence. And Arsenal on the attack again, and Lacazette probably should have shortened the deficit. Gavin Moody's picked up an injury as well, so that is not great. We'll swap Sullivan and Mackay around, and that is all she wrote in terms of substitutions, with 23 minutes left to play, which means Rodriguez is going to have to play a full game, Sabatier is going to have to play a full game, Mackay as well, and Tyson making his debut for us as well. We'll get a full 90, and that is a good finish, to be fair, but 4-2 now. We said it would be exciting this season, right? Lots of goals. But again, 4 shots on target, 2 goals conceded. We might need something coming from the sideline. Perhaps I've gone with fire up. I don't think this team particularly reacts well to firing up or criticism, but here we are. And they're looking like a different team in the second half, to be fair. And Pepe, we can at least rely on that one to go over. And yet we will press Kieran Tierney. 5 minutes left. Surely not. Surely even we can't. Arsenal have played this half like maybe we should have played last the last half of the last game. Completely different team, got a couple of goals back. Not a great second half for us, but we did drop it down into control possession. Hopefully we didn't exert too much effort. We are still in second place. The games played are a little bit all over the place at the moment, but it means we're not having to pick up midweek fixtures going forward, which is always good. And Arteta not happy. Yeah, I don't blame him. And Moody's going to be out of the Spurs game. And Casper Rose, man of the match. So I'll give him a little pat on the shoulder. He's been a good third striker for us, to be fair. Very, very useful for our squad. And he's clearly stepping up for, well, Luke Davenport in his absence. So we've got Spurs at home, and I know we've got I've got an FA Cup somewhere. So let's do Spurs at home in the next episode to kickstart us, and then we will play the Villa at home as well. Let's not skip the Villa game, which means Preston will be the episode after. So thank you so much for tuning in as always. Please do like, please do subscribe. It really does help the channel. And of course, if you want to get involved, please get in touch and speak to me about which one of the youth team players you want to take over. They are going fast at the moment. See you on the next episode. Thank you so much.